Well, howdy there, Internet people, it's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Jimmy Kimmel, Democrats calling for the FCC head to resign, and where we go from here. The seemingly never-ending fallout continues, and the political lines over the First Amendment are reshaping. ABC indefinitely suspended Jimmy Kimmel Live after he made jokes about the politicization of recent events. His comments were then also politicized. Yeah, the country's doing great. Democratic figures, including House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, are calling for the resignation of the head of the FCC. A number of Democrats signed onto a statement saying, quote, "House Democrats will make sure the American people learn the truth, even if that requires the relentless unleashing of congressional subpoena power. This will not be forgotten." They went on to say that, quote, "Brandon Carr, the so-called chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, has engaged in the corrupt abuse of power." That statement went on to say, quote, "He has disgraced the office he holds by bullying ABC, the employer of Jimmy Kimmel, and forcing the company to bend the knee to the Trump administration." Okay, so what's happening? If Kimmel's comments caused backlash and ABC showed him the door, that's not a First Amendment issue. That's just capitalism. If, however, the government forced the move, that presents an issue. The head of the FCC was on a podcast and said, quote, "These companies can find ways to take action on Kimmel, or there is going to be additional work for the FCC ahead." On the topic, he also said, quote, "We can do this the easy way or the hard way." Well, that completely altered the normal dynamics. There are also questions arising about upcoming business some of the companies had before the FCC and whether that was leveraged. And then there's a major wrinkle. Trump posted to social media, quote, "The word is, and it's a strong word at that, Jimmy Kimmel is next to go to the untalented late-night sweepstakes, and shortly thereafter, Fallon will be gone. These are people with absolutely no talent, who were paid millions of dollars for, in all cases, destroying what used to be great television. It's really good to see them go, and I hope I played a major part in it." This was posted in July before any of the recent events. The situation is boiling over to the point that even former President Obama, who rarely interjects himself in current policy issues, said, quote, "This is precisely the kind of government coercion that the First Amendment was designed to prevent, and media companies need to start standing up rather than capitulating to it." The call for a resignation is mostly symbolic, because if what the Democrats are alleging is true, the government interference in speech would likely be protected by Trump. So the FCC chair won't actually feel any internal pressure to resign. So it's safe to say that we will probably see subpoenas, hearings, and possibly lawsuits over this. There's likely going to be continued discussion of the First Amendment throughout the remainder of Trump's term. And it's highly likely that it's going to spill into courtroom and congressional hearings for months at a time. So buckle up. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.